seated that it's Monday. So what it means is that we're going to have a conversation here on the show. Today we're actually looking at why you have been working out so intensely, and yet when you look at you stand on a scale, the weight is still the same. What's happening? Are you eating too much? Are you doing something wrong? Maybe you've been asking yourself and your trainer all those questions, but today Sam is here to help us get a better understanding of why you're exercising and probably not losing weight. Sam, good to have you on the show.
Thank you very much.
Sam, so exercising, losing weight, you want to make sure that you head into the gym, or whether you're hitting the road, whatever it is that you're doing, you want to see results. And yet some people do not see results. So, tell us what's going on in the body.
Okay, thank you very much once again. So this disturbance across the fitness industry, where, like you mentioned, people have been complaining about exercising. I mean, giving their all, paying all the gym fees and all of that, yet they're seeing no results or changes on the scale. And it's one of the things that actually put people off. Is either they become inconsistent because they realize that it's like it's not going to change anyway, so why put in much effort? So today we are actually going to look into that. We have often given exercise, I mean, in as much as we are trying to promote physical activity and exercise across our daily day-to-day activities, we are trying as much as possible to, you know, make exercise the number one because of the my right benefits that we get from it. We do not consider certain things that may um, hamper its effect on our body. So we have neglected the body composition because we are all
Okay.
different, and how exercise is going to affect you will differ from how it's going to affect me. And
Absolutely.
so our progress would differ. We have neglected energy balance, how we are expending and how much we are taking in. We
Okay.
have also put in aside um, things like our own habitual or behavior
Okay.
across the day. When you leave the gym, what do you
What
do
do you
next?
do? Yeah.
So we have put all these things aside and we have just um, made exercise the hero of everything. That since you go to the gym, spend an hour or two, it should cover for the day.
That's right.
But that is not the case. So we are going to look into all of that
All
and
right.
then know ways to go about it so that we'll actually be seeing progress
All
in our
right.
fitness journey.
All right. So take us through it.
Okay. So first of all, let's look at the physiology of weight loss.
Okay.
What really is weight loss? So weight loss simply means that you are losing the total body mass because of sustained negative energy balance.
Okay.
So energy balance is simply looking at your caloric expenditure and then your caloric intake,
Okay.
the total, how much you are um, burning through energy and during the day, and how much you actually take in. So basically, that's what weight loss is. And
Okay.
then it's not just the fat you are losing, but it also comprises of water and even lean mass as well.
Absolutely. Because for you to lose weight, you lose water first.
Exactly.
You lose water first, and then
Exactly. So it's about fat, it's about muscle, it's about water.
water body. That's right.
So even when you are weighing yourself on the scale, you're not only weighing the fat, but you're also weighing
Yeah.
even bones, the weight of the tissues in your body, your heart, your lungs, all of these
Everything
carry weight.
included. That's right.
So your body weight in itself is not just the fat in you, but all of these things combined. So we will understand why there are some little or no change on the scale, even when you are exercising. Now, we have to understand that weight loss is encompassing what we call energy balance. I mentioned earlier,
Yeah. That's right.
energy balance
That's right.
is very important because we have to know your total daily expenditure, and
Okay.
then the amount you also take in.
Okay.
When we look at the total daily expenditure, we are looking at your basal metabolic rate. We are
Okay.
looking at um, your um, response to thermic response to food, and then we are looking at physical activity.
Okay.
So let me take it one at a time. So the basal metabolic rate is simply, so this is how you
I
calculate
was
your
just
daily
about
expenditure.
saying, please speak plain English.
Yes. So your total daily energy expenditure is looking at how many calories you actually need to maintain your body with, how much
Okay.
calories you are spending
Okay.
throughout the day,
Okay. Okay.
and then the proportions goes to your basal metabolic rate,
Mm-hmm.
your thermic response to food. So the basal metabolic rate is actually how much you are spending without doing anything. As you are sitting down at rest,
Okay.
you are not walking, you are not standing. As I mean, just you are just sitting down,
That's right.
right? So that's your basal metabolic rate. How much energy you expend in just sitting down.
Okay.
Now, the interesting thing about a human body is that even while you're sitting down, the human body burns 60 to 70% of the energy you have taken in
While sitting down and not
whilst just
doing
sitting down.
anything.
Yes. And this goes into circulation, brain function, and cellular metabolism. All of
Okay.
these things uses energy.
Okay.
So if you pick a plate of meal,
Mm.
60 to 70% is already gone with these
J-
vital processes now:
I see.
brain function, breathing, blood circulation.
Mm.
All of
Mm.
these uses
Mm.
energy.
Mm. Mm.
And then um, 10% will go to thermic response to food. That is the digestion of the food itself, absorption of the food, and
Okay.
transferring nutrients from one point of the body to
To
the
the
other.
other.
All that also uses, and then 10% also goes into that.
I see.
And then the rest of the percentage goes to physical activity.
Okay.
So the physical activity is in two forms. We have the EAT, that is exercise, um, physical activity, and then we have the non-exercise physical activity thermogenesis, and that has to do the physical one, physical activity thermogenesis has to do with the ones we do in the gym session.
Mm.
So when you pick a session, the amount of calories you expend there,
Okay.
that one, and then whilst you're out of the gym, the maybe your workplace requires you to stand, to maybe you walk around,
Okay.
and even fidgeting. All of these uses energy.
That's right.
And according to research, your NEAT, that's the non-exercise physical activity thermogenesis, the one that you are not exercising, maybe you are just fidgeting, you pick a call, you walk around,
Mm.
let's say you got to a point, you
You're
dance, you
just
clap,
pacing around, talking,
those
chatting.
little things is what actually make the difference.
Okay.
Because we think that exercise cancels out our uh, bad behaviors. For example, I go Friday night, I go out, I drink heavily, and then the next day I come to the gym and exercise, and I think that I have cancelled out all the bad things I
Ah.
did last night.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Meanwhile, exercise about an hour of exercise, what you actually the energy you actually burn
Hmm.
is around 300 calories,
Okay.
and you can get that in even just one bottle of Coke.
Ah. Wow. So it
So
means
we
that
have
you will have to probably exercise like 5 hours or something to be
exactly
able to get it out of your system.
exactly. So what we can do is to add up all that we are missing in the gym throughout the day. That's why we encourage you to move even when you're exercising. Because they go to the gym and exercise and think that is all. Then they sit down because I
Sedentary
have gone to the
lifestyle.
gym. I have exercised in the gym,
Mm.
so it's enough.
Mm.
But it's not. The little things you do
What you
outside the gym
eat, what you
will
do,
all add
how
up.
you sleep.
Exactly. Will all add up to the calories you're supposed to expend in a day. So let's go back to the formula. Look at
Okay.
how you're going to calculate your total energy expenditure so that you know that this is the amount my body expend in a day. So this is the amount I'm supposed to take in.
All right. That's right.
So first of all, we'll use the equation.
Again,
Yes, we use the equation again on the. Please put the
the
yes.
question back.
So you calculate your basal metabolic rate by that equation. So 66 for men, 66 plus 13.7 times your body weight, and then you add it to your height, multiply by 5, and that minus 6.8.
Can an average person do this?
Well, if you cannot use the formula, there are online calculators that
That you can
So you
use?
just key in your body weight, your height, your age, and then it will do that for you.
Okay, but let's look at why is the women chat what 655 really, and the men is 66? Why?
Yes, because of the difference in physiologic responses.
I see.
Yes.
But the women, Charlie, they're somewhere. Explain it.
Okay.
Seriously.
So I think I've been mentioning that the physiological makeup of women is very much
Different from
in
men,
terms
that's
of
right.
even women have more fats than men. So I believe that all of the factors on the equation are carefully considered, with regards to how the woman body is. So they considered every factor equal. There's another method you can use, that's the Harris-Benedict's equation. That one too is also there. So after calculating your basal metabolic rate, then you multiply by your activity level. So if you're somebody who is sedentary, you multiply the whole value you got up there by 1.2. If you are lightly active, like you walk a little bit, you fidget around a little bit, 1.4.
1.4.
Then 1.7 for moderately active, say you take strolls, you dance, things like that. And then if you are active all day, you multiply by 2.0.
Oh, okay.
That will give you a total daily energy expenditure.
Okay, so what's the other method? Because I mean, if someone is watching, they're thinking, how can I calculate this?
Yeah, that's why I mentioned that we have
Online calculators.
So
How about your regular smartwatch? Because sometimes it tells you, oh, you have burnt your calories for today.
Yes.
Is that something you can work with?
So it's something we also mentioned along the line.
Great.
Because the smartwatches overestimate. So when we're talking about the issues around it, we mentioned that they
Okay.
overestimate how much we have actually expended.
Oh, okay.
That's why I said that in an hour you are expending like 300 calories.
Okay.
Meanwhile, your smartwatch will give you a figure above that.
Okay.
So their estimation, their predictions.
Okay.
They're not exactly what you've expended.
Oh, okay.
So they are giving us predictions on. So even if when you are on a treadmill, there is a caution there with regards to heart rate. It will tell you that whichever value this machine is giving you is just a prediction.
Okay.
So listen to yourself.
Okay.
Listen to your body. If you feel like something is up, because people, we often exercise with heart rate monitoring, especially with people who have hypertension, heart diseases, and all of that. So if you are looking at the value on the screen, just that, without regarding how the person is feeling, in itself, there may be consequences.
That's right.
Which
That's
may be
right.
wrong.
That's
So
right.
there's a caution there on the screen that it's just a prediction. So listen to yourself.
That's right. It's a good disclaimer.
Yes.
You don't sue them.
Exactly. So our machines are giving us predictions on the amount we have actually expended. But if you really want to know what you
listen
key in the details,
to your
get
body.
the calculation, and then I believe that will be fine.
Awesome. Okay.
So let's look at the issues with why we are not losing weight.
Okay. Very, very necessary.
Yes. Why we are not losing weight yet we are exercising. So number one is disregarding or overestimating, like I just mentioned. We just overestimate how much we've expended
within a day. Okay.
Yes, we overestimate it. It's very small. Just add up slowly with your
daily activities
that you do outside
your
the gym.
food.
Exactly. So we also underestimate the calorie intake.
Mm.
The calorie intake is very important. We think that because we are losing weight, we need to eat very small and then exercise very more.
Okay, I get it.
Ideally, that is the ideology. But if it is in the extreme, the body will move itself into a certain mode. That's the conservation mode.
Mm.
So the body, human body is built for survival.
That's
It
right.
doesn't give you the calories free like that. That's
Mm-hmm.
take it.
It has to keep some.
Exactly. So what we do is that you have to guide it to lose it. You don't
Okay.
take it by force from it.
Okay. Okay.
So we
Okay.
know reduce daily activity. That's the need compensation
Okay.
that the non-exercise activity thermogenesis.
Okay.
Because we go to the gym, we have relaxed. I went to the gym, so bet not feel the whole day
Uncle baby, that's
because we're called gym. Metabolic
okay.
adaptation. Sometimes to our metabolism differ.
That's true.
So there are some things that occur in the human body that also try to slow down
That's true.
your progress.
That's true. It's good that you mentioned it because as you age, things change. You should know your
Exactly.
body. It's important. You
Exactly.
should know. Charlie, first I used to eat a little bit less, more. But now
Mhm.
I'm beginning to eat a little bit less. You realize that your metabolism is changing. So when you're able to determine by yourself that I think there's some changes going on, then you try to adjust, right?
Yes, that's it. So the human body is always adjusting, it's always adapting. So that is what you should also do. Even when you put it on a strict calorie diet, it's going to adjust.
True.
So it's about guiding it to it. For exercise programming, you go on a treadmill because you want to lose weight. You want it quick, 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 quick. Every day treadmill, 2 hours, 3 hours on the treadmill.
Oh, well,
It's true. People do that.
really?
And then after 6 months, they are looking like this. They've lost all the fat in their lower body, and then their belly fat is still there, and they are wondering why.
Okay.
And then they come to the trainer. You take them for 1 month, and they are like, "You are not doing your job. You went on a treadmill for 6 months. You didn't see any results. You came to the trainer 1 month, and they're like,
You want to see
he's not
results?
confident. I want this. Let me just. I want this to go by next week.
Yeah, you see, how
You know,
fast can it go?
you know,
I know. How
I
fast
want
can
this
it
to go
go?
by next week. And then you'll be looking at her
Yeah.
face like, really? So these are some of the things we are neglecting. That resistance training is also important. It helps preserve our muscle mass. Because whilst you're on the treadmill, you are losing the fat. You're also losing your muscles.
That's right.
And at the end of the day, you become disfigured and you don't like it.
Mm.
Yes,
But you
you don't
see,
like it. And you be you be putting pressure on the trainers to do some magic for whatever you want to happen.
and yet you still eat after 7 and all that. So if we're looking at the problems, not eating right, probably still eating some banku or something after 6 p.m. and just going to bed right after. Those are all like huge do not do's.
Yes.
But what can't we do to solve these problems? So some practical solutions.
Sure. So number one, we should be able to understand the caloric expenditure and then the caloric intake. Even though we are losing weight, we want to be at a caloric deficit. We should try as much as possible to be in a moderate range. So you should be losing like you should be cutting like 300 to 500 calories in your meal.
So when they come to the gym, do you explain to them that, for example, if you took a bowl of 4 fingers of plantain with kuntumre, with so and so and so and so, it's likely to give you maybe 600 calories. So if you'll have to eat plantain, then since you have to burn you need about 500 calories, take 4 instead of 5. Are you able to do that?
Yes. So one challenge we have, especially with the Ghanaian food, is that it's not every food. We have apps that calculate for the calories in food.
In
So
food,
egg
that's
has
right.
its own, maybe a large size of egg has its own number
Mm-hmm.
of calories that is there. Um, Rice. So
Mm-hmm.
you just there are apps there. We have the calorie calculator. There are apps there that do these calculations for us.
Mm.
Like I said, they are all just giving us estimate.
Estimates,
So
that's right.
when the expert is saying you just know it is about.
About, okay.
So one egg is giving you about. It's not
Okay.
the exact
Yeah,
calorie
because
in there.
mm,
So, but one challenge we have in our setting is that our foods are not on the global market. Whoever created the app does not really know the Ghanaian food to put in the app. So we have the general foods that are very common to everyone.
can we have an app that works for the African continent? It would be awesome.
Exactly.
Because we eat similar things.
Yeah.
Kenyans have plantain, we have plantain. It's everywhere, our food, even in Brazil, they have plantain, they have tilapia, they have. So maybe, some of these app creators should also look into, having apps that work for
Exactly.
our region. How about you guys, Charlie? You're out
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I've thought about it. So
Good.
we'll see
It
what
will
we
be a
can
good
do.
business, yes.
Yes. Yeah.
It will be a good business. All right, so
Exactly.
let's continue.
Yes. So, like I mentioned earlier, aside tracking your calories, you should also move even while you are going to the gym. Don't just stay at home because you went to the gym for like an hour or two. What about the rest of the hours?
Mm,
You have 24 hours. What do you do after that? So, make sure you prioritize your needs as well.
that's right.
And then also the exercise program and our resistance training prioritize is very important.
That's
Build
right.
muscle, preserve your muscle mass whilst you are losing the fat along the line.
That's right.
And then also you should try as much as possible to take your time. Don't expect things to come,
It's
in a second.
time is
Yes,
of the essence.
yes. Be just do that discipline and then be punctual and consistent with the training and expect they are focused on the little things you see. Like you're getting strong. If you're lifting 5 kg and then in 2 weeks time you're able to lift 7 kg, it's progress.
It's progress.
So
That's
let's not
right.
just focus on the weight on the scale. There are times that you are building muscle and then you are losing fat at the same time.
Mm,
The muscle is heavier than fat.
mm.
And so sometimes you on a scale it will be going up
You're
and then you'll be
thinking you
wondering
haven't
why.
lost, yeah.
You understand?
That's
You'll be
true.
wondering why it's
That's
happening.
true.
So let's consider these things, understand some of these things. And then let's debunk some myth around exercise that when you exercise, it covers for all of the bad habits you have.
Mm,
Because I'm exercising, if I smoke, I think it's good.
mm.
Because I'm exercising, if I do heavy drinking, I think it's good. Some of these things are not helpful for us
Okay.
because the amount you expend during your exercise is lower than you think.
All right, so your final word.
So, what I want to us to understand is that exercise is a very great way to help, build our body, put us in shape, and then we should not actually um, give it the the all the funds. The other things that comes into play.
Like
Checking
prioritizes
your
sleep and all that.
yes, sleeping, checking your cortisol level. Some people are too stressed. Too stressed that and stress is a fast turning
I,
hormone.
I know. I was
So
just.
so let's check our stress levels. Let's find a way to relax.
Mm,
Let's move more
mm,
because weight loss is very complex.
mm.
And so all of these physiological um, adaptations that we've mentioned, let's put that in check, and then our behavior as well outside the gym.
Awesome. So yes, as Sam rightfully said, know your body, and if you know that you have some hormonal imbalance, because hormonal imbalance
Yes,
causes a lot of fat, right?
exactly.
So check it, and just make sure that you don't give Sam and co-stress at the gym. Sam, thank you very much for joining us today. It's been wonderful having you, and the conversation has been deep. Hopefully, you'll now start thinking about what to do and your after gym lifestyle. It's important that you do the right things, and then lose that weight that you've been hoping to lose. So a quick break. When we return, we're returning with a journey around the world here on Studio 5.